Hello! I have recently acquired a bunch of non-fiction books and books that I don't really care that much about, or books that don't really fit into what I usually haul. So I thought I would do a more generic book haul just to get those out of the way. The first one that I'm going to show is The Dawning of Indestructible Joy by John Piper. I'm not entirely sure what this is about, but it was in a box of books my mom was giving away and I decided to grab it. These next two are also religion-based. I needed a new devotional to go through, so my parents took me to the bookstore in our church and I found these two B books. This is a series that they had a lot of books for, so it was a little overwhelming, so I just went ahead and got two of them. This one is Be Amazed, it's on the Minor Prophets, and this one is Be Skillful on the Proverbs. I've started this one already. I'm really liking it so far, so I'll probably do this one as soon as I'm done with this one. And then while we were there, I saw this book, Do Hard Thing by Alex and Brett Harris. I've heard a lot of good things about this book, so I went ahead and picked it up. This is a really old Bible that used to be my granddad's. We found it while cleaning out our lake house. It's the Bible that he used when he was in the army, so it's really cool. It's also really old and basically falling apart if you hold it wrong, so yeah. And then I have Shakespeare Cats. My sister Cassidy is really into Shakespeare, and she went to England recently to a Shakespeare movie festival that she was in, and she picked this up for me. It's basically the plays of Shakespeare portrayed by cats, which is really cool and interesting. These next few books I got from the Tribe Conference. I did a vlog of going to the Tribe Conference one time. That wasn't this time, but I'll have a link to that video and the website for the Tribe Conference if you want to know what that is. The first book I got there was Real Artists Don't Starve by Jeff Goins. I may have hauled this already. It was on my main shelf, not my to be hauled shelf, so I probably have hauled it already, but here it is again. Jeff Goins is actually the guy that runs the Tribe Conference. And then the other book I got was published by Chandler Bolt, which is a book that, if I remember correctly, was by one of the speakers, and he gave everyone a free copy of his book. And then these last three from the conference are books that I picked up in a book swap booth that they had out. The first one is Relationships Are Everything by Ben Weaver. I thought this would be a good one to pick up since I'm not very socially gifted. And then I got these two books because they looked like they were the only fiction books that they had. Tracing Time and Chasing Shadows, which I believe is the sequel to Tracing Time, or the continuation. According to the back, it's about a woman whose husband disappears, and then she finds out that his job actually had something to do with time travel, and she gets involved in that. These last 5 books that I'm going to be showing you are from my grandparents. They were cleaning out and they brought over a box of books for me to look through, and I grabbed a couple that seemed interesting or looked like they would at least be a cool addition to my collection. First is All Quiet on the Western Front, which is supposedly the greatest war novel of all time. I've never heard of it, but then again, I'm not that into war novels. And then there is America in Prophecy. I just realized there's no author name on here anywhere. E.G. White. That's almost E.B. White. I've never heard of this book before. I've never seen it before. I don't know what it's about. Based on the things on it, it sounds very political. And then I have Lake Wobegon Days by Garrison Keillor. This one's cover looks really cool. There's like a guy with like grass growing out of his ears and a bird. I feel like it's a mystery, but based on some things on the back, it doesn't really sound like it. It sounds kind of interesting though. I think out of all of the ones that I'm hauling, this might be one of the more likely ones that I pick up. And then I have Fresh Air by Chris Hodges. I think this is another spiritual religious book. I don't honestly know what it's about. These are all the books that I'm hauling today. If you like this video, be sure to like the video, and be sure to be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like it. Bye.